Good morning. Welcome to the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. We are powered by Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation and happy to bring you 1 hour of a great mortgage show. 248-539-9797. We're going to be taking your calls live in the studio. I'm Harvey Freed. Next to me, Harry Glanz.
Good morning, Harvey Freed. First time back in the studio in 16 months. It feels good to get out, be back in the studio, be sitting next to you, and have our guests on. So ready for a big show today. You know, today's opposite day.
It's opposite day, yes.
We're having a builder on, and the builder guy had the realtors on.
Yeah, we're having the great builders on. Vision Group down in Sarasota, Florida, and, of course, all along the West Coast. Hey, can you guys hear us loud and clear? All righty. Hey, welcome, Michael Padgett, of course. Michael, we've been oohing and on over all the pictures of the homes that you build down there. I want one of those Mediterranean ones. I'm sort of stuck between the Florida cottage. But before we get into building, of course, Becky Alley joins us. Good morning, Becky.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm sad I'm not in the studio. Next week, I'm in the studio for sure.
Oh, yeah, you're getting in here for sure, Becky. And, of course, Becky will be joining us all morning long. 248-539-9797. We bring you guys on 3 generations of your family building homes down there, Michael. Like I said, just gorgeous stuff. And so many people, we thought it would be a great segue this week, as so many families are starting to look at second homes. And, of course, you take 75 South, you end up in Florida.
Yeah, you know, Michael, everybody here from Michigan has a story about going down I-75, going to vacation in Florida, buying a second home in Florida, going there and just enjoying what the state of Florida has to offer. And the state of Florida for us is our second best state in the United States because people from Michigan, that's where we go. The majority of people from Michigan, that's where we go and we want to settle. Maybe in our later years. Are we in our later years yet?
You're getting closer. Not yet.
Not. So we all do that. So explain the phenomenon right now. I mean, it's been going on forever, but right now, why are we having a builder in Florida on in the summertime? Because people are looking for homes. What's going on in the building community in Florida?
Oh, okay.
There you go, right around the corner. Yeah, hey, Michael, Becky's going to get into this with you in a second because I know where she's going to go with it. Let's talk about the price of construction, the price of lumber. Okay, where was it, where is it, and where's it going to go? Yeah, Becky, go with him on that. Go ahead.
Well, first of all, I like it's 365. And I like to think that's like that here in Michigan. There really has been zero downtime over the last 12 to 16 months. It's literally been gangbusters for everything. And so when you're talking about even within Florida, it's almost like a rite of passage here in Michigan, right? It's like you check your box as far as where you see yourself in 20, 30 years, and it's married, kids, and a house in Florida when it comes in Michigan at 9 out of 10 times, or up north. But we like to kind of stretch up and down. It's either you want that house up north or you want that house down south. And as far as the construction price, I like that you're saying that it has gone down because we had a conversation on our podcast, reason why Harry brought it up. So here in Michigan, you know, you have the lumber for that second there, it's shot to the freaking moon, right? There's nowhere else to see, there's no other way to say it, right? So we have these new bills here in Michigan as well. And you have people that had appraisals done, they're getting ready to close. And then the builder hits them with a change order, right? And says, hey, you know what? We don't have the room to take over this $15,000 lumber cost. So here is this, this change in this order where the appraised value but the purchase price went up, right? So we were able to work it out between the builder because he was great, obviously just like you. But I'm nice to hear that because we were talking about whether or not we're going to see these prices go down. So just because the lumber costs have gone down, are we going to see these, the builder prices come down, right? So it's nice that we're seeing a little bit of a influx or a decrease in this lumber charges, but it's like you gotta tread the water lightly when you're building these homes out there, correct? It's, mhm.
Yeah, no doubt. Somewhere between a custom home and just a standard subdivision home where you don't have as many options out there. You've got to be really careful when you estimate up front because, again, there's other costs involved. You got your labor, of course, the land acquisition, up front, but the other materials in the house, too, could rather have gone up over the last couple of years. We saw that Suez Canal all backed up. You might have had all your plumbing supplies stuck over there, halfway around the world. We're going to take all your calls this morning, 248-539-9797. Always about mortgages and real estate. New construction joins us. We're talking with new construction from our builder friends down in Florida in the Sarasota area. Just one of the great many builders that we're involved with, whether it be here in Michigan or down in Florida. You can always contact Capital Mortgage Funding to get the right mortgage and get the right information. I built 3 new homes, and gentlemen, new construction's always been the best choice in my opinion, when available, of course, because the cost up front. And although it costs you a little bit more to buy that new house, they're so energy efficient nowadays. And you don't have to worry about pouring a lot of money into a house that might need several repairs that could be 30, 50, 60 years old.
Yeah, hey, Kyle and Mike down there. People up here want to know, is the trend going to continue? The market is red hot up here. It is still hot all around the country, and Florida seems to be in the top 4 to 5 markets, states that people are moving to. What do you foresee? Because when you have projects on your drawing board, you have to kind of predict the future. So what do you see for the next, say, 12 to 18 months? Yeah, has COVID affected it to a great deal? Has it just pushed the button on people and said we've got to do this sooner rather than later?
Yeah, it's all about perspective, right? And like when we all, when our time comes, you can't take all these things with you, right? So if you're young enough to have kids that you can start establishing those memories, why not? And I feel like that you're right, COVID and things like that, they kind of hit those little nerves where you start thinking, okay, well, what's my legacy going to be, and what do I want to leave to my family? And if you're fortunate enough to be able to have a home in Michigan, have a home in Florida, I mean, well, God bless you, right? And why wouldn't you want to start making those memories sooner than later, right? Why wait till you're 60, 70 when you can be doing it in your 40s and 50s now? So that's a beautiful thing.
All right, we got tons to share with you this morning. 248-539-9797. We'll talk about inventory, new construction, refinance, and these rates are phenomenal. Come on back and join us. 248-539-9797.
Hi, Harry Glanz and Dan Burke from Capital Mortgage Funding. Over 30 years in the mortgage banking industry, hundreds of thousands of families served. Let us serve you. Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker.
Powered by Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation, NMLS 2289, equal housing lender. Hey, you can call us at Capital all week long, all weekend long at 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. You'll save on money, on your closing costs, get a great interest rate, and really learn the whole process, deal with the real professionals at Capital Mortgage Funding. Reintroducing the panel, we've got, of course, Harry Glanz and Becky Ailey from Capital and Kyle Jones down there in Florida from our Fairway office, along with Vision Group, Michael Padgett, great builder, tons of experience. And as we've been talking this morning, Michael, so many Michiganders and people from the Midwest, which is a very affordable area, looking at the retirement homes and buying down in Florida.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's our number one source of new clients. And we love it too, because we make a joke about it, but Midwesterners, you guys are the nicest people out there. It's a pleasure to build for them. They are always courteous and kind and understanding. And then over on the East Coast, I talk to the builders over there. It's a little different animal.
Hey, listen, guys, I got my sunglasses on because you guys are bringing the sunshine up, and it happens to be a beautiful day here. So I'm going to keep my sunglasses on, respecting and honoring you all morning long. We've got Becky Alley, Harvey Freed, Kyle Jones, and Mike Padgett on the show today. And Becky, I want to bring you in on it. Listen, we do a lot of refinance transactions. We also do a lot of refinance transactions in Florida. But Florida, because they have no state income tax, Becky Alley, they've got a ton of other fees. Now, doesn't mean we can't save people money. It just means that's how Florida picks up additional income because there's no state income tax.
Yeah, I mean, every state is different. You're going to run into different title fees, and the title fees are what's going to get you. So there's no transfer tax in Florida, but you definitely are going to have those higher owner's policy, transfer tax. You're going to have, but you got to talk to us, just like Texas, or actually Georgia, I think is one of the higher title fees in my opinion. So Florida's in the clear on that one.
Gentlemen, we'll dive right back into no relief for the buyers out there as home prices continue to grow all across the United States. Again, the low inventory is definitely put a little smack. Good if you're a seller. Hey, how about all those families? You mentioned you had bought some land, Michael, back in 2001. Well, there was no doubt in 2007 to 2012, we call it the recession. People were running away from their homes. And I know you guys had deposits on some new construction. People left. They just couldn't put it together. They were out of work, and things across the United States were real scary there for a while. But for those families that hung in there and actually bought your homes in 2007 and 2012, they're sitting on a ton of equity.
Absolutely, because we were just at that point, you're just building to stay alive. We had a very large custom section of our business back then. I was doing more volume and semi-custom product. At the end of 2008, we bailed out of the semi-custom line, and it was our custom homes that kept us alive. So that's where I've stayed loyal. I'm only building 8 or 10 homes a year, but they're ultra custom. And those people that built with me back between 9 and 14, boy, they're sitting on a gold mine.
You got to know what you're dealing with down there. You got water accessibility. You've got the dockage, canals. There's all these different choices down there. And you got to have a builder that really knows what's going on. And then, just talking to Kyle this week, he was talking about the hurricane proof and what's going on as, again, we're running into more and more this crazy hurricane season that seems extended and more hurricanes. These houses have to be built properly.
Absolutely. Kyle touched on that with you earlier in the week, but yeah, and it's one of the cost factors that people have to take into consideration. We're one of the only states in the country where everything we build is impact rated windows. I mean, you could take a gun and shoot our windows and the bullet will not penetrate the glass. You could also end up with the same thing with our doors. The way our roof is tied down all the way through to the foundation, it's going to withstand a Category 5 storm, and it's got to be inspected and proven that it will do that.
That's impressive.
Yeah,
I think that's impressive. I mean, I know I'm aware of hurricane season. I won't travel certain places that I think during the what is it, November to June, right, is the hurricane season. But the fact that you guys are able to take that, you can't take it for granted, right? You can't, you got to think about all that. And the point is that the builders that we have right now, they have thought about it 360, right? So the market's 365 and they're looking at your home 360 all the way around from top to bottom to make sure that this home is built. Because obviously if you're going to put that money in that first home, whether you're going to relocate to Florida or if you're going to buy that second home to Florida, you need to know that when you're not there, that home is still going to be standing when you come back. God forbid that Mother Nature come by and knock on your door.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, boy, the economists they're definitely smiling right now as we're in this post-pandemic arena. There's no doubt you guys are still getting the calls as we talk about this sizzling demand for housing, whether it be in Southwest Florida, anywhere in the vacation states or here in the Midwest. Midwest still being the most affordable region in the United States. But guess what? Second is the South. So for families looking to buy a second home or again in retirement, it's still very affordable to get down to Florida.
Absolutely. Somebody sells a farm. You want to take that question?
Basically, you have all price ranges down here. The closer you are to the water, of course, it's going to be more money. But you can easily go out east, and the homes are reasonably price.
Absolutely.
You get a house by mid 200s, closer to the water, it's probably $1 million on up.
Correct.
And
It's
depends
nice to
on your.
know. I mean, that's a very tough price range. I mean, if you can build a house, a lot of families in that first-time home buyers market, or they want to step down a little bit, it's hard to step down in Michigan or in a lot of places across the United States into that $200,000 to $300,000 price range and get a nice house. Again, if you are an empty nester, you probably have a larger home, 4, 5, 600,000 you're selling. You might be looking to step down into that easy living community house, pool, and the pickleball court.
Exactly. Some of these large national builders, they've got it down to such a science. They buy the land at bulk. They pass through a lot of savings, and they're very limited on the changes and the features and the finishes you can purchase in that home. But that's how they deliver that product, and that's what they do. After the crash of 2008, we had a lot more nationals enter our marketplace, and that's one thing that I think has been beneficial is affordable housing was hard to come by around here, and they've made it a little bit easier.
Having just been down there, I was down there over the winter a couple times, and I will tell you this: people will drive to the beach. There's an old saying: they're not making any more water, right? So, no matter where you live, you're going to drive to the beach. And as Kyle said, the closer to the water, on the water, you're going to pay top dollar. But when people change their lifestyle because of what happened and what is currently happening, they reevaluate and they come to a situation where they're taking a look at their lives and changing their perspective. They want to live a lifestyle that's become a little bit easier because you can now work from home. I know we have everybody working from home in our office, right? The capability, but we're lucky. We're in an electronic industry. So people are going to go ahead and take advantage of that. And Florida is one of those states where it's pretty nice all year round, Harvey.
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt. It's 1,000% here. I'm on my way right now. I'm packing my bags. Again, we've talked about the keys: affordability, lifestyle. And with more and more people, we're sort of in that, are they going to go back to work? Are families going to back to work, or are they going to work remotely? More and more of the employers out there have found that there's no doubt that production isn't sacrificed at all when families are at home. In fact, they saw actually GM here locally had put out some information that potentially the families were, the workers at home are very productive. So interesting. Can you move down to Florida and keep your current job as more and more of these Zoomcasts that we're trying to get done are more prevalent in today's society and workplace? We'll see how that pans out moving forward. Becky, Ellie, let's talk about some of our great mortgage options that we have out there.
Yes, let's talk about how we need to stop the FHA hate. Okay, it's a competitive market. I understand that, but I feel like there's a recent article out, and obviously once an article comes out, that means it's old news, right? Because it's something that we've been experiencing for some time. So in this competitive market, there's been a lot of passes on FHA financing, and it's heard it on the streets, heard it from the real estate agents. And at the end of the day, I'm a big advocate. Gary's a big advocate. Money is money at the end of the day, right? So whether your first-time home buyer is securing a $250,000 FHA mortgage versus a $250,000 conventional mortgage, at the end of the day, everyone's getting money. We're showing up with keys. La-di-da, we're great. Now, the difference between FHA and conventional, obviously, is FHA is not going to allow you to close on a home that is missing a handrail, for example, going down in the basement. I use that example because who would want to stumble down the stairs without a handrail? To me, that's just a common thing that you should have in the home. So to put up a $10 handrail, $20 handrail should be no thing. So we have a lot of great programs. FHA is a great vehicle still to get you into a home. We are getting a lot of still accepted offers with FHA, and FHA will allow you to put 3.5% down on your home. The thought process of someone needing 20% down to get into a home at these historically low rates, that's yesteryear's news. The rates are so low. Why would you take the money out of your bank earning higher interest when you can have a low payment at minimum cost and keep that money in your bank to either grow or use it to repair your home or make renovations and do whatever you got to do with it? Give us a call and we're going to set you up.
All right, we're here to get your financing lined up. 248-539-9797. We'll take all your calls when we come back. It's the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show. Call us at 248-539-9797. We'll be back.
Hi, Harry Glanz and Dan Burke from Capital Mortgage Funding. Over 30 years in the mortgage banking industry, hundreds of thousands of families served. Let us serve you. Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker.
Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show. Wow, what a day outside. It's going to be 79 and sunny. Welcome to our show. If you're just listening, you can give us a call, 248-539-9797, or tickets text, same number, 248-539-9797. 1 hour of the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show, always getting your house in order. We got some great people on, of course. Kyle Jones down at our Florida offices has brought on his buddy, Michael Padgett, Vision Group. They're huge builders down there on the West Coast, Sarasota, my neck of the woods. Anywhere from Clearwater to Naples, they'll probably build you a house or get you set up. And Michael, you also are a real estate agent, again, for, 30, 40 years down there. You know the turf. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on in existing homes, because you definitely got a pulse on that, as many of your buyers are going to list their house with you. And then, of course, once the house is done, you'll sell that property. Tell us a little bit about what the vibe is down there, even when the existing home market.
It's hot. There's, typical market is equilibrium is known as 6 months of inventory. So if all else stopped, you'd have 6 months before everything's sold out. It's like 3 weeks right now, our inventory. That's it. I mean, it's so hot. The market is, and it's affordable because the existing homes, the construction prices, you haven't had the increases in those homes because they weren't built just yesterday. So a lot of people are taking on those older houses. They're having fun remodeling them, putting their own little special touch on it.
When purchasing a home in Florida or West Florida, any areas that you, of course, what are some of the most important factors when you determine, hey, look, I'm moving down there. What do I really have to think about?
So there's a lot of factors. I mean, obviously affordability and location. The cool thing about the Sarasota, Manatee County area is you could be out in actually one of the fastest growing areas in the country. It's called Lakewood Ranch. It's a city. And you could be in Lakewood Ranch, totally affordable. You could golf, you can play tennis, there's pickleball, and yet hop in your car and in 20 minutes you're at the beach. So
that's awesome. That's
where
Harry's
people are taking into consideration. Location. It hasn't ever changed in the history of real estate.
Yeah, Harvey said pickleball. He thinks I'm old, so he thinks I'm going to end up playing pickleball. But anyway, everybody out there.
Pickleball is hard. I think pickleball is hard.
All right, there you go. In the middle of our summer here in Michigan, when it's beautiful, and everybody lives for summers in Michigan. Also, if you're a hunter, ice fisherman, skier, and everything, we do that here too. But why are we having people from Florida, Harvey, Becky, in the middle of our summer? Because this is where we move to. This is where we vacation. This is where we buy second and third homes as well. This is where we retire to. And this is where maybe I'll retire to and play pickleball, Harvey. But that's why we have Kyle Jones and Mike Padgett on, because, people always call us up and say, what about Florida? What about Florida? We do a lot of loans in Florida. So we decided to bring Florida, Michigan for a change. He said, because we usually go from Michigan to Florida. So now we've got Florida coming to Michigan in the middle of our summer, Becky.
Well, yeah, I mean, we are one and the same. And the reason why I say that is I actually have several clients, even just the past year, that they are doctors or whatever they're doing, and they actually split their occupation between Michigan and Florida. So this is normal for us, right? Where we're dealing with a lot of individuals that live in these states equally at the same time. And they sold one house they're selling one house in Michigan. They still have the other house in Michigan, but they're ready to move and make a permanent residence in Florida because they were renting down there, because they were deciding, okay, is this really something that we want to do for the foreseeable future? And the answer was yes. So why would they going to continue to rent a second home in Florida when they can have a piece of the pie themselves and really start digging their roots in, because they are there so frequently? So, that's the reason why we have, someone from Florida on in our summer, because like you mentioned earlier, it's 365 in Florida. There is technically no winter. So we're in the summer. Yeah, maybe we're not thinking about Florida, but guess what? People are still traveling to Florida. And once you go down there, sometimes you get a taste of it and you're like, man, I want a piece of this. And we're here to help you do that.
You guys want to jump in on that?
Yeah, she's right on target. We find that the ability for people to have a life, and that's really what they're looking for. One of my Facebook pages is Live in Paradise, Sarasota, Florida. And it's all about that, the lifestyle down here. But there are people that, you can work from home. You touched on it earlier. Kyle works from home a lot. And he puts together fantastic mortgage deals for us. And people, they take advantage of whatever is available to them.
Hey, Mike, let's face it. Kyle works on the beach and on your boat. That's where it's Kyle works. Let's face it.
You want to call it
for a
work.
second. Kyle is going on the boat with you this afternoon. That's what Kyle's doing.
Yeah, well,
I'm going out.
All right. I want to expand
It's
the conversation
Saturday.
also. There's some wonderful areas too. Of course, the Carolinas, got plenty of clients. Love the Carolinas. Obviously, the East Coast, anywhere up and along the East Coast, the Atlantic Ocean. And then we don't want to forget about the West Coast. Of course, I've got people out in Arizona, and I think I spend a lot of time out there now. And that's also a great area. And that's why it's so important to have local representation, because building a house in the desert is obviously quite different than building something on the West Coast of Florida or anywhere, in the United States. You have to work with the local people and really learn what's going on, what the building codes are and things of that nature. We saw some bad things, and there's probably been some bad building codes and maybe some bad buildings out there that are really scary. And, you might find yourself more buying like what you build, Mike, 700, even if it's $500,000 upper. Those are homes, single family homes. You make the rules. You're not in some high rise where these association fees could be endless.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the condo market reacts to all the bad news that we've had recently down here on that. Certainly, you want to know if you're buying an existing home or a condominium. You want to know that there aren't zero reserve fees if it's a condo association. You don't have to worry about that with a single family home. But with an older home, you want to make sure your sewer lines aren't all rotted out under the slab. Spend $300 and run a camera on those cast iron pipes. Make sure they're still there. Otherwise, you're flushing dirt, and you got a problem. So there's a lot of things that, as a real estate side, now on the realtor side, I will educate all my buyers, even on the build side. I don't have enough volume. Again, I'm a high-end luxury builder, but when I meet with clients, they're about to spend multiple seven-figure salary on their dream home, and I want to educate them about why the product is so well built, because I want them to make sure they feel comfortable about where their money's going.
Becky brings up two of our number one points, really touching on inspections and how that really segues into today's conversation. You could have some serious sewer line problems. You could have condominium problems where there's no money in the budget to fix the roads or the repairs and the maintenance to the pool that could be on the roof of the building, and other structural things like we've seen in the past. These things can get rather expensive quickly. That's why, again, what do you look for when you're going to buy? You better get some professionals to open up these questions to you, Becky.
It's about transparency, and what he just mentioned speaks to my heart. It speaks to all of us, right? Which is why he's affiliated with the Capital Mortgage, Hardcore Mortgage brand, right? Transparency is everything to us. We live it, we breathe it, because we want to treat everyone like we would our family. And you are investing a lot of money on a new home, right? You are investing a lot of money to build a home in Florida, for example, and you need to know what you're getting. What are the pros? What are the cons? And you have to make sure it fits with your lifestyle. We're not here to push product. We're not here to advise in something that is going to somehow benefit us. I'm very unbiased. I'm going to tell you yes. I'm going to tell you no. I'm going to tell you why. But ultimately, it's going to be your decision, because at the end of the day, we're not transactional, meaning that, once you work with us, we want you to work with us for the rest of your lives, for your children's lives, because you had a good experience, you trusted us. We are a nationwide lender, so we can lend in Florida, we can North Carolina, but we're nationwide, so we have a good reach, but you're going to get a local feel from us, right? We're not the untouchables. You're not going to speak to us one time and then we just fade off into the abyss and become the Wizard of Oz behind the curtain, right? You literally can call me on my cell phone. Harvey, Mike, Kyle, Harry, we're always available, and we're here to educate you. If you're going to buy that new home, he's going to maybe shoot a gun at the window, be like, look, it's going to stay. And if you're not, he's going to educate you that you really need to make sure that you're not flushing dirt down your drains and get that camera down there. I mean, those are the things that are everything, and we have nothing to lose and everything to gain by pointing these little details out to you to make sure that you feel confident in your decisions.
Well, affordability concerns, as many renters out there and first-time home buyers are definitely looking to get into the marketplace now. But these bidding wars are nuts. It doesn't matter if you're a first-time home buyer bidding on a $200,000 house or looking to buy that $600,000, $800,000 homes. They are lining up, especially anything under $1 million, folks, as incomes have gone up slightly here, but it seems as if the stock market, and there's been a lot of wealth created. And more importantly, now there's wealth created again in your permanent residence. Do you have equity now in your permanent residence? Can you take the equity out of that and use it to really set yourself up for the future, or maybe buy that vacation or second home that you're going to retire to? These are things you need to know, and definitely will help you through it. 248.
Yeah, Harvey, I'm going
to
to
jump in
on that. You create wealth for other people by paying rent. You don't create wealth for yourself by paying rent. So, I got to tell you something. Right now, with rates being at historic lows, if you're paying between $800 and $1,500 a month rent, and you can make that payment every single month, why are you paying somebody else's mortgage or creating wealth for them? Why aren't you creating wealth for yourself by being a first-time home buyer or being a trade-up buyer with all the equity you have in your home? Yes, it's a seller's market. You can trade up. Now, are you going to pay for it on the other end? Sure. But down the road, you're going to not only get your money back, but you're going to make money. But if you're a first-time home buyer in the market right now, which is where I'm an advocate of right this second, doing a lot of first-time home buyers, stop paying rent and look for a house. I know it's going to be hard. I know it's competitive. We're going to make it as easy as possible. But if you're paying between $800 and $1,500 a month rent, you're getting somebody else the benefit of your hard work and your labor. Stop paying rent.
Yeah, if you bought a house in the last 7-8 years, you probably got a ton of equity. We have seen some step up buyers. Again, you started a 150 house. Now you're going to take that 20, 30, 40,000 in equity and step it up into the house that your family can live in for a long time. Maybe improve the school district. Maybe add that extra bathroom or finished basement. Hey, when we come back, more mortgage and real estate answers and questions. 248-539-9797. Keep it here.
Hi, Harry Glantz and Dan Burke from Capital Mortgage Funding. Over 30 years in the mortgage banking industry, hundreds of thousands of families served. Let us serve you. Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker.
Alrighty, welcome to the show. It's 9:45. What a gorgeous day outside. July 10th, 2021. You're listening to the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate and Business Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker right here locally in your own backyard. We've got a great cast, of course, Harry Glanz, Becky Alley, and Kyle Jones from Capital Mortgage and Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation. Special guest, Vision Group, Michael Padgett down there. And Michael's going to give out maybe an email address or so. And of course, you can always reach us at Capital if you want to get set up with the best real estate agents, the best builders. These are just people you can sit down and really talk with. Mike, really, how's the best way? Or if they want to check out some of your gorgeous homes, where do they go? Well, I like that one. I'll say it again, SarasotaWaterfrontSpecialist.com. You will find Mike Padgett, who's lived there his whole life. And again, that's just one area. Now, Mike, look, I don't want all these Michiganders. I don't want to run into all of them there in town. When I'm on vacation, if I don't see anybody from here, I'll be okay. So if you want to just buy a little bit south, maybe Venice, Mike will build you a house or a little bit north there. You can go to Bradenton, and I won't have to run into you all the time. Hang out with Dickie V, right? You don't even know that. You know that connection? There you go. Our Detroit's own Dick Vitale, of course. He's a Sarasota guy. He's always promoting it. Anyhow, again, we got some time for your phone calls at 248-539-9797. Because it's mortgages and real estate, Harry, interest rates still all-time lows. The Fed's going to meet again, but the talk is the bonds, slowing down the purchasing of the bonds, could be in September. So maybe you have a small window here. Get that refinance done now.
Yeah, I don't know why people are waiting. We say it all the time. Rates are not going down to zero. What are you waiting for? Look at thinking about refinancing. We could save money. You got to roll in that toxic debt. You can't run up your credit cards. We don't want to use your house as a piggy bank. But if you have toxic debt out there, you have to go ahead and take advantage and then cut up 2 or 3 of those credit cards. We'll save you money. That's what we do. It'll be a low rate. They're not going to zero. People out there, I say it every week to you, please do something now because you're going to miss the boat. Rates are going to go up. They will go up. We don't know how fast, but when they go up, they always go up faster than they come down. So don't be on that slippery slope. Lock in now. We'll get you closed. You'll be saving money right away.
Hey, Kyle Jones, it doesn't matter if you're in Michigan, Florida, anywhere in between. You better have a strong approval letter. And, you know, Mike actually brought it up in the conversation as being, of course, a real estate agent, too. This isn't a willy-nilly piece of paper. These pre-approvals really have to be vetted. They have to be all the way through. If you've turned in your documents, tell us more. Becky.
Yeah, I mean, you can't just go and look at a house and say, okay, I like it. Now I want to get pre-approved and have my credit pulled. You can't do that right now. You're going to get bypassed. Like, you have to literally go into a home, guns a-blazing, finger guns everywhere. I want this house. I want this house. And you need to back it up. And you back it up with a bona fide pre-approval from a lender that is of good standing, because sometimes if they don't know who you are, they're going to move on to the next one anyway. So sometimes you don't have to come in, you don't have to be the highest offer, but if you're with a reputable company that they know that you can back that money up on that piece of paper and close in a timely manner, that is going to trump any number on the table, because who cares if you're pre-approved for $1 million if the loan is not going to close or it takes 147,000 years, right? We're all about time, efficiency, speed to respond. And that's what we preach all the time. If you're thinking about buying, you need to start the conversation before you fall in love with that property 100%.
Hey, guys, we're going to go to a call. We got a caller in here, and it's a real estate question to a realtor. So Dan from Warren, welcome to our show. Good morning, Dan. Go ahead and ask the question. Mike? Look, Dan, I like the idea that you stick with the guy here. Obviously you hired, there's a lot of agents out there. So you've made a great decision. You hire this great guy to sell your house. And it turns out he's such a hardworking agent. He's actually got buyers that are interested. There is an opportunity for him to make, more commission. Maybe you sign the contract at 6%. Potentially you can negotiate that down. Maybe he brings that offer to you. And sometimes we see that he says, you know what? I'm working both sides of it now. I'm going to go ahead and drop a 1% maybe or something like that. That's their decision. At the end of the day, whether you paid your agent double or if they split it up to other people, I wouldn't worry about it, Dan.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That could be the case. Yeah, definitely bring that up to you. You didn't have that conversation quite yet. You're gonna be making a call right after this one.
You won't get if you don't ask. I would ask them.
Sure.
Well, they have to. They have to disclose. Yeah, but they have to disclose to you, okay? Because in the state of Michigan, a real estate agent represents the seller, okay? And you being the seller, unless you signed a dual agency document and they have disclosed to you, they have that fiduciary responsibility to go ahead and disclose that to you.
Hey, look, it sounds like it's a great situation for you, Dan. I'm feeling good about all this. Take the top off, take the best offer. And again, work it out with your agent. Have that conversation with them. I don't know all this. He can't tell you this. They can't tell you that. At the end of the day, good communication works for a win-win situation for everyone involved. And the best of luck to you, Dan. Thanks for calling. All right, we appreciate the time. Again, always thank all the callers for calling. And you can sneak another one in, 248-539-9797, or be sure to call Capital Mortgage at 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. If we don't know the right answer, we'll definitely find it for you. Hey, we're up against a couple minutes left here in the show, and I want to reach back out to Florida. Michael Padgett, Vision Group. Mike, it's always great to have you on there. And again, when I started reading your bio, and I knew you're a great real estate agent and I'm really an awesome builder. Beautiful products down there. Just go ahead and give us a quick wrap on what's going down in Florida, and we'll get you back on the air with us again. How many minutes, Jim?
Right.
All righty. Good stuff. Becky Alley.
Yeah, I mean, I second that. I mean, you can, right now more so ever, you need to love where you live, right? And, that's where you're checking all those boxes. You can work from anywhere. So we're here to kind of just, whatever it is that your goals are, whatever is going to hit those points for you, we are here to assist you. We can close quickly. Obviously, we are, like I said, nationwide. So give us a call wherever you want to live. We're here. We do loans everywhere, right, Harry?
We do them everywhere. Great to bring Florida, Michigan guys. We appreciate having on. Becky, as always, love you. And Harvey Free, great to be back in the studio with you, man, after 16 months.
Fantastic stuff. We got Pat Caputo coming up with sports, social commentary. Keep it here on 97.1 The Ticket and enjoy your day.